Okay, so good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining in for today's lecture. And so today we'll be talking about name. We're talking about privacy as it's not just a thing that just maybe probably just happening, or the issue of privacy has become something very important that we need to pay serious attention to. And but today we'll be talking about how name plays an important role when it comes to the word privacy. So today we're talking about something very important, privacy, and how name plays an important role when it comes to privacy. So, um, Mr. Sam, please can you next the slide? Can you all hear me? Is everybody here? Okay.
Yes, we can hear
So
you loud and clear.
okay. So we'll be doing a brief introduction about privacy. And the privacy is a word thing, is a thing that concerns everyone. Yeah, as long as you're using internet, as long as you're doing one or two things online on the internet too. Privacy is something very important that we need to pay serious attention to. Now, a brief introduction. Privacy and data protection aren't well understood, especially in Nigeria. It seems like a foreign concept. Most people don't know their rights regarding their personal information, and collectors and administrators are unaware of their obligations to secure and respect personal information that is entrusted to them. Now, if you agree with me, there's a lot of things that have been happening when it comes to privacy, especially in this part of the world. We're using Nigeria as a case study now. There's a lot of issues, a lot of people have lost their accounts, social media, their phones due to negligence when it comes to privacy, and still there haven't been any solution, right? So now, NIM is playing an important role in ensuring that our data is safe online and making sure that our privacy is well protected. Right? Please, next slide. Now, like I said earlier, there are most Nigerians that we are more careless. We don't really pay attention to privacy and how it affected us, even though we are suffering from a lot of issues. We're losing our accounts, but we're still not paying attention to it. Now, NIM is helping us to making sure that we're safe. And like I said earlier, most Nigerians have never really cared about what happens to their data, as long as their other economic and bodily rights were not violated, until a tiny minority of civil society lately made it their top priority, right? Um, we see that despite a lot of things that are happening to our data, or despite the fact that we don't have privacy or privacy is not secured, despite people are losing their accounts as a result of negligence to privacy, still there haven't been any solutions, or maybe there might be little solutions, but still the problem has not been solved completely. So, which is when name is playing an important role when it comes to privacy. Please, the next slide, please. But then it tends to few minority who are now paying serious attention to privacy. Now, a brief introduction about the NIM network. Now, NIM is a privacy platform, right? What does NIM does? Now, we know we're looking at how NIM plays an important role, but let's take a brief look to what NIM is doing, basically. Now, NIM is a privacy platform that secure users' data and protect against surveillance. Now, it leverages on mixed nets, a type of overlay network that makes both content and metadata of transaction private through network levels. Now, classification and incentivizations and coconut and a privacy technology that creates an application levels privacy access control layer. Now, the name network, basically all they do is to, like I've said earlier in this introduction, is that NIM is a privacy platform, and all they do is to ensure that they secure users' privacy, user data, and protect it against surveillance. So The Nym is not just doing this. There are also other arms that that technology, privacy technology, that Nym is working together with at the same time to ensure that people are safe online and your data is well protected. Please, next slide. Now, we mentioned that there are different ways that Nym is trying to create solutions when it comes to privacy. But one of the important role that Nym plays when it comes to privacy is the Nym ensures that you have a safe and secure online transactions. Nym wants to ensure that you have a safe and secure online transactions. Now, through the Nym's mixnet. They do this through the Nym mixnet. Now, secure and private transactions are crucial in Nigeria's developing digital economies. Now, financial transactions can be made anonymously thanks to mixnet technology from Nym network. That's amazing, guys. That's amazing. Now, with the introduction of the Nym's mixnet, you can now carry out your online transactions without being scared of losing your data or without being scared of third party having access to your data, right? So through the mixnet technology, Nym, you can now have a secure and private transactions, right? And which is very important, which is one thing that we lack in this aspect of the world. And Nym has been able to provide plays an important role when it comes to that. Please, next slide, please. Now, the second role, another important thing that Nym is doing is to provide defense against surveillance. Defense against surveillance. Now, liberties and freedom. Defense against surveillance at the end of the day will give us, we need to provide liberties and freedom. Now, privacy issues has gone beyond data security, particularly in public areas. Now, the technology from the Nym network can be used to shield people from unauthorized surveillance, such as facial recognitions and location tracking. This proactive attitude to privacy protects individuals' privacy and freedom. Now, so basically, it's not just about data that needs to be protected. Also, if you agree with me, there's also a lot that needs to be protected, and him is helping us to have defense against surveillance, which at the end of the day will lead to freedom, liberties, and freedom. Now, like I said, the issue has gone beyond just data security. There are other areas of security. There are other area, I mean, that we need to be secured about. That privacy is needed, not just when it comes to our data or online transactions. And defense against surveillance is one of the solutions that Nym network is preferring. Next slide, please. So I don't know if there are some of us here who have had one or two experience when it comes to the issue of privacy or data protections. You can also be able to share. Now, another important role that Nym network plays is Nym is introducing the Nym VPN. I'm sure we're familiar with that word VPN. Maybe few of us might have used VPN at some point or the other. I remember when there was time in Nigeria where the country was restricted from using Twitter, and a lot of people were able to have access to Twitter then with the use of VPN. Now, with the Nym VPN, right, we'll be able to have robust privacy solutions, right? Now, the Nym VPN services, like Nigerians will now have access to reliable and robust privacy solutions. Now, one of the key advantages of the Nym VPN is the encryption it provides, which safeguards users from hackers, ISPs, and other unauthorized entities. Users can now browse the internet, send sensitive information, access geo-restricted content without fearing any privacy breach. I'd like to take that again. With the services that Nym VPN is offering, Nigerians, not just Nigerians, individuals or people, other people out there, other countries that also have been facing serious issue with privacy can now have access to robust privacy solution. Now, one of the key things about this Nym VPN, one of the key advantage that it provides for the users is the descriptions that it provided. Now, the descriptions, some of us that are using WhatsApp, I'm sure we're familiar with the word description. Now, it's a description that is provided, which safeguards users from hackers, ISPs, and other unauthorized entities. If there are also the Nym VPN will also give you access to some geo-restricted sites that you might not be able to access on a number. Using the Nym VPN will give you access to those restricted sites without you being traced, without your identity being revealed, right? Without you being scared of any privacy breaches, right? So these are benefits that you will get from using the Nym VPN, right? So next please. Next slide please. Now, the next another one is the instructions and information. Now, this at the end of the day will help us to have a good understanding about our privacy rights. Now, if you agree with me, in Nigeria, to be precise, we're just using Nigeria as a case study. It does not mean that there are no other countries or other regions where they're facing serious issue when they come to privacy. Now, in Nigeria, for instance, a major problem is the lack of public understanding of privacy rights. Now, to spread the word about data protection, best practices, and privacy rights, Nym Network will cooperate with regional institutions and organizations with the help of educational programs. People will be better equipped to firmly defend their privacy rights. Now, people will now have the right informations. When you have information, then you can be able to do things rightly, and then this can be done better, right? So people can now have the lack of public understanding, even sometimes, even when the solution is right there looking at you, but because you don't have the right understanding, you might just not get the problem solved. So then there's need for people to be well equipped, giving the right knowledge and giving the right information and helping them to know about their privacy rights. Please, next slide, please. So, guys, the another interesting part of this training is the Nym Shipyard. Need to introduce the Nym Shipyard. The Nym Shipyard is to help educate the privacy builders, equip them with the right information, making sure that they have the right information. And not just that, Nym is also giving 2.5 million Nym token reward for the participants to reward the participants. So basically, you're not just participating, you're not just getting trained about privacy, you're also getting rewarded at the same time, which is amazing, guys, which is incredible. So I will advise every one of us here to try and register for the Nym Shipyard. All you have to do to register for the Nym Shipyard is, go to the website, right? You're going to see, please, Mr. Sam, can you go to the website? Can you print the website? So you go to the website, you scroll down on the website, you will see register. So once you see register, you click on register, you pick the language that you're most convenient with. Please protect the website. You choose the language that you're most convenient with. Once you do that, you fill in few details like your email address or so. Once you're done with that, then you join the Nym Discord channel. You join the Nym Shipyard Discord channel at the same time, and then you get your puppy role, and then you're ready for the Nym Shipyard. Guys, you're not just getting trained, you're also getting rewarded at the same time. So please, next slide, please. Next slide. Yes, so in conclusion, the privacy is now a fundamental human right and that needs to be protected, and the Nym network can be a helpful partner in advancing privacy use cases in Nigeria, right? Now, Nigerians and people and organizations may now use the internet with security and trust, so there's no need to be scared about privacy or what will happen to your data. Please, next slide, please. Next slide. Please, so do we have any questions? Are there anybody that have any questions that you like to ask? Please, Mr. Sam, while we're waiting for questions, please project the website page, the website, so that we can have access to see the website. So, in the absence of no other question, please just put the next slide. Yes. So you can just visit at Nym Project on Twitter, and then the website is nymtech.net, nymtech.net on the website, and then you can be able to read more information about the Nym project. So thank you all so much. In the absence of no other question, we would like to bring this meeting to a close. Thank you all for today's lecture, and I believe you've learned one or two things about the Nym project. Don't forget to go to the Nym website at nymtech.net and register for the Nym Shipyard before it's too late, and get ready. Thank you all so much for joining. Right, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would like to bring this meeting to a close. Thank you all. Can I just hear your voice before you log out, please?